Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 2024 CCF Honoree Carmine Di Sibio.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you to the Columbus Citizen Foundation. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. I can't tell you the emotion that I was getting backstage before I walked up. This is just unreal for me. I have to start with a lot of thank yous. Don't worry, Lisa, I'm not going to go on for hours. But I have to start with a lot of thank yous. First of all, my parents, who are here tonight, Rocco and Josephine. They're the ones who took all the risk, flying here on Pan Am in 1966 and settling in Glen Cove. We had a great upbringing, my brother and I. And by the way, I'll get into this in a little while. My brother's not here tonight because his son, my nephew, Robert, is actually playing Division B professional basketball in Italy, and he's playing for Agrigento, Maria. So we're very proud of him. And then, of course, I have to thank my wife, Amy. She's been behind me the entire time. Of course, my wife, Amy, is not Italian. When I met Angelo Vivolo yesterday, he introduced his wife, and he said, here's my wife who's not Italian, and I said, here's my wife who's not Italian. And we have a lot of stories in our household about being Italian or not being Italian. When we were engaged and about to get married, my mother was in the car with my wife, Amy, and she pulled her over in the car and said, you know, Amy, I really love you. I'm so glad you're getting married. You're not Italian, which is a disappointment, but at least you're Catholic. And then at the dinner table with my 4 kids, when they were young, we would all sit there, we'd have a nice meal, and I'd go around and say, okay, who at the table is not Italian? And they'd all point at my wife. So we've had a lot of jokes over the years, but I do want to also thank my entire family. My cousins Cynthia and Angela are here. They're like my sisters. And then, of course, my children. 3 of them are here. My youngest is not here. He's at school. They make my life so awesome every day. So a big thank you to all of you. And then, we talk about family, but I like to include family and friends. And many of my friends are sitting over there, and life is so much easier when you have a lot of friends, and really they all support each other, we all support each other, and I thank them so much for being here and for being there for me at all times. So thank you to all my friends, my Summit friends, my really good friends from Colgate. In fact, I have to tell you this part. One of my friends, or one of my best friends, my best friend is Chris King. He's over there. And Chris wants to be Italian so badly that he's studying Italian. He wanted to go to my hometown, to Frigento, which he brought he and his family to Frigento. We had a great time there. And they're there always for Amy and I all the time. And then, of course, when I talk about family, as my family says, my other family is my EY family. And I've had the opportunity to run a 400,000-person organization in 150 countries. And many of my best friends from EY are here, and I have to thank them. I have to thank my assistant, Nicole Guerrera, for organizing everything. And my mentor, Ed Pisani. Do you get the theme, Pisani, Guerrera? It's all good. I just want to say a couple things. One is the importance of friends and family, and that's what Italians are all about. And I just thanked everyone here. But it's so important that we continue the Italian traditions here in the U.S. And part of that is really connecting all of us here with everyone in Italy and going back and forth. My family has a history of going back and forth, both on my mother's side and my father's side, back to the early 1900s. Where people came here, worked, retired back there. But it's so important that we go back to Italy, that we go back to the towns that we're from. I was fortunate enough to go back to Frugento many times because of my parents, and it's really important that we continue to do that. It's something that I know that we talked about it with Angelo yesterday about going back and forth and supporting the Italian towns that are there. So I encourage all of you, there's nothing worse than when I meet an Italian American and they've been here 20, 30 years, and they say to me, I've never been back to Italy ever, or I've never been to Italy, period. That's something that I think we all ought to be focused on. And then the second that I would just say is, we need to support education at all levels, and that's one of the things that the Columbus Citizen Foundation does, is provide scholarships to underprivileged children. So a big round of applause to the foundation. Education is what got me here, and it's what's going to get everyone further advanced around the world. So thank you all. Thank you for this honor. I am really, really touched and really honored to receive this. Thank you so much.